It might be the middle of the offseason, but there's so many exciting things going on for Real Madrid and Real Madrid players. Kylian Mbappe's presentations next week, new kit numbers, maybe a new center back. We're going to be talking about all of that in this video. First, let's start with Kylian Mbappe's presentation. Now, Kylian Mbappe will have his presentation next week in the Santiago Bernabeu, and that will be on July 16th, next Tuesday. And so, very excited about that. Finally, we get to see Kylian Mbappe in that famous white kit. Now, little leak, I'll talk a little more about it, but the new kit numbers came out and it is confirmed Kylian Mbappe will be wearing the number 9 kit to start off his Real Madrid career, just like his idol, Cristiano Ronaldo, which may be somebody we will be seeing next week too. Don't be too surprised if that happens. There's been a couple of rumors going on that Cristiano Ronaldo may be showing up to Kylian Mbappe's presentation. And if that happens, that'd be fantastic. I know a couple of players have had that happen before. When Cristiano came, I couldn't remember the exact players who did it, but it's happened in the past, and I wouldn't be surprised. And honestly, I think it'd be fantastic for Kylian to have Cristiano there, and for all the Real Madrid fans to really, support Kylian, as well as, really give Ronaldo the standing ovation and the applause that he deserves. So very much looking forward to that. We'll probably be talking about that more on the channel next week and kind of what happens. I think the other interesting thing with Kylian is he going to get surgery on his nose. Now, he broke his nose earlier in the Euros against Austria, and he was playing with a mask, and then he wasn't playing with a mask in the last game against Spain. So it'll be interesting to see if Mbappe decides to get surgery or what Real Madrid says about it as well when he gets his physical and everything like that. And so that's going to be something interesting to watch. We'll be talking about that if anything changes with that. And right before we start the preseason too. If he gets surgery, he will be out at least like 6 weeks. And so that'll be something interesting to see if he waits to do it or if he does it right away. So definitely keep it locked in with me. We'll be talking about that more. But speaking of some more news, Leny Yoro right now is holding off for Real Madrid. Now, Leny Yoro plays for Lille. He's a center back that we're targeting, an 18-year-old. I made a video here. I'll put it right here, talking about him as a potential replacement for Nacho. And Manchester United actually submitted a bid of 50 million euros for Lille to buy Leny Yoro. And Leny Yoro right now, it's all in his control. Real Madrid is telling him, hey, hold off, don't accept that. And if anything, play for Lille for one more season and then come to Real Madrid for free. And so this is kind of something for Lille to decide. If Leny Yoro really wants to be a Real Madrid player, which all signs point to him wanting to play for Real Madrid and wear that famous white kit, then he will stick to it and tell Lille, no, I only want to go to Real Madrid. Then their hands are tied. Do they either A, let him go for free next year, or B, accept a lesser amount, maybe a 30 million, maybe a 20 million. I don't think it'd be any more than like 40 at the max million euros for Leny Yoro. And so it'll be interesting to see what happens. But if anything changes with that, I'll be talking about it more in the future. But the next thing we have new kit numbers. And so I mentioned it before, but Kylian Mbappe is going to be wearing the number 9 kit, just like his idol, Cristiano Ronaldo. I would expect this to be probably a 1 to maybe 2 year thing for him. Whenever Modric retires, I would expect Kylian to switch to that number 10 kit. But personally, number 9 is my favorite number, so I will definitely be getting that Kylian Mbappe kit in that 9. Cannot wait for that. But a couple more news. Camavinga is switched to the number 6 kit, taking Nacho's number. Valverde, Toni Kroos talked about it, but Toni Kroos gave Valverde the number 8 kit. So Valverde will be the new number 8 for Real Madrid. Tchouaméni following suit in Casemiro's footsteps, getting the number 14 kit, and then Arda Güler getting the number 15 kit as well, and then Vallejo getting the number 18 kit. So really exciting. For me personally, seeing Mbappe getting that 9 is awesome. Camavinga, I think 6 is going to be really cool. That's probably going to be a kit I get in the future. And that Valverde 8 kit too is something that he deserves. And I'm very happy that he gets it as well. And so let's move over and talk a little about the Euros and do a little recap about that. First, in this first semifinal, we had France versus Spain. And in this one, Carvajal actually does not get the start in this one. He was suspended because he had too many yellow cards. And actually, he got the red card too in the game too, which was a fantastic red. I don't think I will be saying that often, but it was a fantastic red card by Carvajal. Just in the moment, it was a great situational awareness from him to pick up that card to really save the game for Spain against Germany. In the game, Nacho did get the start over Norman because Norman was suspended as well for too many yellow cards. And the score wouldn't tell you that he did well. Here's the score right here. 6.8 overall for him. He plays the full 90 minutes, but I actually thought he did pretty good in the game with what he was asked to do. He really limited, especially he got switched over to right back because Navas in the game actually went out pretty early, like the 58th minute. And so they actually kicked Nacho out over to right back, which is pretty impressive because Nacho's 34. Nacho's heading to Saudi Arabia and everything. And for him, he actually went toe-to-toe with Kylian a couple times. And honestly, I was pretty impressed. And he had 95% passing in this game. And overall, I think he's been one of the better center backs for Spain. I would hope he gets the start against England in the final. I don't think it's going to happen, but I was pretty impressed with Nacho in this game. Moving over to France, Kylian Mbappe gets the start at left wing. Not a great game for him. Here's the score right here. It's a 6.8 for him as well. He does start off really hot in the beginning of this game and getting an assist to Kolo Muani. It's a great crossover. And honestly, I thought this was going to be easy pickings for Kylian Mbappe in this one. Navas, older player, 38 years old, him going one-on-one with him on the left wing. I thought this was going to be super easy for him. But Mbappe in this game only gets 29 touches in this game. What are you doing, France? Get him the ball. They kept going to Dembele and trying to go off the right wing. Get him the ball. He is clearly your best player and clearly your best attacking player too. I didn't understand that. Not a great game for Kylian. Mbappe did have one really good chance toward the end of the game that he just hit the ball over. He was one-on-one with a defender, can't remember who it was, and he beat him to the right and was going to get that classic Kylian Mbappe right-footed shot, and he just sailed it over. And that was honestly it for France, and unfortunately for them, they do lose this game. Tchouaméni didn't have a great game, 6.6. He gets a yellow card in this one too. And it was kind of a weird game, in my opinion, too. Tchouaméni had 95% passing. It was 36 to 38. So didn't touch the ball a lot. But for me, I was a little disappointed. What Tchouaméni was doing well in a couple of games before, he was crossing the ball a lot. He was sending it over to Koundé and really keeping the width for France. That didn't happen in this one. He had to drop a lot more back and play almost like a center back and playing a lot deeper in his CDM role. And so that didn't help him as well. He had a couple of good tackles in this one, but it just I wasn't that impressed as well. Tchouaméni for me too. He needs to be taking more of these like power shots, just especially if France can't get anything going other than the one goal that they did get. He should be taking some of these shots because he's, putting a lot of power on this ball and he's pretty accurate with it too. So I'd like to see when Tchouaméni comes back to Real Madrid, him do that a little more for Real this season. So overall, not a great game for him. Camavinga does come on later. I was a little offended because I thought Rabiot did poor in this game. Lamine Yamal cooked him one time after he talked shit for some reason. No idea what Rabiot was doing. But Camavinga comes on. He didn't really do anything. 5.8 for him. It was just a little too late for him. He comes on at the 62nd minute, and it's not a great game overall for him. So when we move over, though, to Mendy, also doesn't play at all. But when we move over to England, I actually thought Jude did pretty well today. So obviously England get the winner late in the last couple seconds of the game. But I thought Jude had a really good game in this one. So what Jude was doing well is he was staying up top and staying in attacking position and making runs and creating more opportunities for England in this game. 7.4 overall for him today. He had 88% passing. I thought he was a lot more active. 63 touches for him. He was 5 for 8 in duels. And honestly, I thought he was pretty good. His dribbling was a lot better in this one too. And he just had a lot more awareness too. When he got the ball, there's a couple times it was him versus two defenders from the Netherlands. And he would make a couple moves and stuff and then pass it out, which was the smart thing to do, and then go and run and create, space for them. I think that's really underrated from him, what he's doing for England, because a lot of them, Kane is basically a statue. He just stands there. And the wings, Trippier runs, as a left back, and then Saka runs and creates space. But in the middle, Jude makes a lot of runs, and I've been very impressed with him. And so it was a good game from him overall. I think, if anything, I don't want to be rooting for England. I'll be honest with everybody here. I don't really want to be rooting for Spain. Honestly, I had money on France, and I was hoping that they could win this one, but ultimately they don't. If Jude can score in the final, and if England win, the Ballon d'Or is Jude's. It's 100% Jude. I think right now it's going to be Vinny and Jude battling it out. And honestly, I feel like all the cards are in Jude's hand, and it's really up to him if he, shows up and delivers and puts that, stamp on it, stamp on the season. I think he's going to be walking away holding that golden ball in Paris in October. And so, yeah, super excited. I'll be making another video about the Euro final here soon. But yeah, guys, I just want to come in, give you a little Real Madrid news. Some more stuff can be happening here soon, so definitely keep it locked in with me. If you like this sort of content, definitely consider subscribing. This is a place to be for all your Real Madrid content. And yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. This has been Daly with Daly FC. Cheers. Hala Madrid.